Hey, what's up, lightboltjoe here. Today we're going to discuss Season 3 of Amazon Prime's original show based on the web series and the Dungeons & Dragons campaign that it is, The Legend of Vox Machina. So we have our 7 main characters, Pike, Grog, Scanlan, Vex, Vax, Keyleth, and Percy, coming together, doing their thing, off to slay the dragon as the quest, one of the quests. They have a few dragons to slay. So this main dragon's quest to slay is the first half, and then the second half is Pexer, something like that. This diseased character of Keyleth's area of the world, who's now quested to, how do I explain this? Possess the body of the dragon they just slayed. That way she can then take over the world, kind of a thing. But then while this is happening, there's all this other stuff going on. Stuff going on with Pike, stuff going on with Grog, stuff going on with Scanlan, stuff going with Vex and Vax, and then Percy. It's a moment where Percy dies, and you're like, what the hell just happened? How did Percy die? So then it's then, can we save Percy? Is his soul actually gone forever? Is there life after death? The characters go to hell at one point. So it's a matter of, what do you do? Can you actually work the system to your benefit? And if you do work it to your benefit, is there repercussions moving forward? Is, if you take a soul from the afterlife, do you have to add a soul? All these different things. There's a lot of like morality between this, but a lot of like, will they, won't they? But a lot of like, if you do this, then you'll have to do that. I really enjoyed this series. I love this series in general. I really enjoyed this season. So getting then Percy back, how does that work? And then it works. But it's just a wonderful means of then Percy and Vex coming together at the end, Keyleth and Vax coming together at the end, everybody dealing with their own past, present, and then potential future in their own separate ways. Storytelling of this show is absolutely gorgeous. The fact that the first 6 episodes was slaying the dragon, and the next 6 episodes was then figuring out how to defeat the actual then villain who's trying to revive the dragon, while all this other personal stuff is going on in between. You know, Scanlan was in a coma for quite some time in this, and Grog didn't deal well with it. How does that work? How do you get these bands of misfit characters to form such an eclectic group of family? They talk about family at one point, and so they have other stuff to do, but then they all eventually find themselves together again, and then they're going to go back out in their own separate things, and then they're going to come back together again for some other reason. So my dad and I first watched this season 1 and season 2 back in March of 23. So about 2 years ago, if I'm watching this in January of 25. First time we watched this, season 1 and season 2, we did a back-to-back marathon, March of 23. I think I took a week off from work for my birthday or something like that. And he, I think, was just like sick for a week. So then we just like happened to be able to both sit on the couch together and watch something. And this is just what we watched, and it was just wonderful, back-to-back season 1, season 2. So season 3 being 12 episodes as well, coming out October of 24, I believe, we needed to find a way for us to both have off so we could both sit on the couch and both watch it together. So conveniently, Happy New Year, January 1st, 2025, we both had off from our jobs. Both were able to sit down, focus for 6 hours, of course with bathroom and food breaks in between, for the 12 different episodes to watch. Back to 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 back. I don't know if I said that 12 times, but pretend I said back to back 12 times. It's an amazing show in general, but it's very convenient when you're able to sit down and binge it as well, because you can pick up the small little details faster, as opposed to like when TV shows are sometimes dropped a week after a week after a week, or on basic cable, it's every Thursday at 9, there's a show episode kind of a thing, right? Different. So when you have something as so diverse, multicultural, and eclectic in regards to Dungeons and Dragons for a specific campaign that this group of friends did, which is the basis on this particular series and show. Show is the series. I don't know why I said that twice, but whatever, semantics of synonyms. There's certain details that make more sense when you go whoosh, binge. Certain shows you have to binge, certain shows you can do week to week. So it really depends. Depends on the show, depends on how you watch as well, depending on your attention span. Sometimes your attention span does not focus on it. But that's why I love this show, because it's organized chaos. There is so much going on all at the same time, but it's all for a reason. It's not like just some random thing. Like, for instance, what happens at the end? Who are these people chanting to this other skeleton person bleeding from their eyes? what is that all about? Leading into the 4th season, which they're currently working on, which I'm assuming will be end of this year, end of 25, beginning of 26, roughly. I know the 3rd season took a while to get out. It was like a year and a half for that to get out. So we'll see. We'll see what happens within the regards to season 4. But season 3 of Vox Machina, bruh, awesome. My brother watched it before my dad and I got a chance, and he was saying how incredible it was, and he was waiting and waiting and waiting for us to watch it. But by the time we just saw him for New Year's Day dinner, we only got the first 10 episodes in. We were still missing the other 2. So we were talking about what was there, but he was keeping quiet. So he was alluding to certain things are going to happen, in the 11th and 12th episode. But that's what's cool when you watch it with somebody, when you watch it with a group of people, when you watch it and then you talk about it with other people. It's fandom. That's just what's cool about it. So Vox Machina season 3, amazing, amazing show. On to the next review. Mucho mahalo.